Have you ever felt the silence after he walked away and wondered if he even cared? If he ever looks back? If he even notices you're gone? He doesn't say it out loud. He won't admit it to anyone, not even to himself. But deep down, he feels lost without you, even if he's laughing, even if he's posting, even if he's pretending he's moved on. That empty space he tries so hard to ignore, that's the space where your presence used to live. There's a reason silence echoes louder than words. When someone has had your love, your support, your loyalty, and loses it, they don't always cry. Some just crumble quietly inside, and that's exactly what is happening with him. He lost more than he realized. He lost the one who understood him without asking, who believed in him even when he doubted himself, who gave him a love that felt like home. And no matter who he's with now, no matter what he tries to replace it with, it's not the same. It never will be. Seneca once said, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." And right now he's living, but not fully. He's surrounded by noise, but inside he feels that quiet ache, the ache of losing something real. That's the part he doesn't talk about. That's the part he hides. Think of a man walking through a forest at night. He used to have a lantern, your love. It lit his path. It warmed his hands. But now he's walking blind, trying to find the same light somewhere else. But nothing glows like what you gave him. Nothing feels like what you shared. And the more he tries to ignore that truth, the more lost he feels. This isn't just about missing someone. It's about losing something rare. And you, lovely woman, were never ordinary. You were the soft place he could fall. You were the voice that calmed his storms. And now that you're gone, there's a storm inside him he can't quiet anymore. And maybe right now you don't feel strong. Maybe you're the one who feels empty. But hear this, your absence is more powerful than you think. This is not your end. This is your awakening. You are not forgotten. You are not replaceable. And this is where you begin to live like the queen you truly are. If this message touched something deep inside you, if it reminded you of your strength, your worth, your light, then don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working with heart and soul to bring you messages that heal, empower, and help you rise into the woman you were always meant to be. Number 1. He didn't just lose a woman, he lost his compass. Have you ever noticed how a man can seem perfectly fine on the outside, but deep inside, he's drifting? He laughs, he moves on, he pretends. But if you look closer, really closer, you'll see it. He's lost. Not because life changed, not because things got hard, but because you are no longer there to guide him. And whether he admits it or not, the moment he lost you, he lost his compass. He may try to convince himself that he's okay. He may say it was the right decision. But no matter how far he runs, he will keep circling back to the same feeling, emptiness. Because your love wasn't ordinary. It had direction. It had warmth. It was steady. And without that, he doesn't know where he's going. The truth is, he didn't just lose a woman. He lost the one thing that helped him feel like he mattered. He lost the only person who truly saw him. And now, he's surrounded by noise, but everything feels quiet. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Nowhere can a man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. But his soul, it's troubled, because the woman who used to calm his storms is gone. He didn't realize you were the anchor until he tried to sail without you. And now the waters are rough, the sky is dark, and nothing feels steady anymore. Imagine a traveler lost in the desert. The sun burns, the wind howls, but he keeps walking, searching for the oasis he once took for granted. That's him now. Every path he takes leads nowhere, because the place he left behind, the love he abandoned, was the only map that ever made sense. And you, beautiful woman, you may have felt broken, you may have cried, but this is where everything changes. You are not lost. You were the compass all along. You were the light, the guide, and just because he couldn't see your worth doesn't mean it wasn't real. It means you were too powerful for a man who couldn't follow your lead. Write this in the comments and claim it. I was the compass he lost, and I will never dim my direction again. Let the world hear you, queens. Stand tall in your truth. And if this message spoke to your soul, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are here to give you the strength, the lessons, and the power you already carry inside. You're not here to chase, you're here to reign. Number 2, he remembers the silence that spoke louder than any goodbye. Have you ever noticed how the loudest sound in a man's life can come from the silence of the woman he thought would never leave? It's strange, isn't it? He never heard you scream. He never saw you break things. But when you stopped texting, when you stopped calling, when your name stopped showing up on his screen, that's when everything changed for him. That's when the silence spoke louder than any goodbye ever could. At first, he thought your silence was weakness. He believed it meant you had nothing more to say. But now, that quiet is screaming inside him. Every time he reaches for his phone and your name isn't there. Every time he laughs with others but feels that strange emptiness right after, he remembers the sound of your silence, and it's haunting him. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Nowhere can a man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." But what happens when that soul is filled with regret? What happens when the peace he thought he'd have is replaced by the noise of what he threw away? Think of a candle burning in the dark. It flickers gently, lighting the room with a soft, steady glow, but he didn't notice the warmth. He didn't notice how it made the space feel safe, and when he blew it out, thinking he could relight it later, he didn't expect the darkness to feel so cold. That candle was you. You didn't explode. You didn't cry in front of him. You just stopped. And now, every quiet moment he has, it reminds him of the fire he can't get back. This isn't just about silence, it's about power, because the woman who walks away quietly, without a scene, without begging, is the woman he never forgets. You didn't need to scream to leave a mark. You left with dignity, and now he carries the weight of everything he didn't say when he had the chance. But beautiful woman, you are not just silence, you are strength. You are not forgotten. You are not replaceable. This moment is not your end. It is your rebirth. You are stepping into the life of a queen, a woman who doesn't need to explain herself, a woman whose absence is louder than her words ever were. So rise, powerful lady, because the silence he ignored will be the sound that breaks him, and you will not look back. Write this in the comments and claim it. My silence is the echo of my power. Let the world know, queens, that your worth does not need to be spoken. It simply is. We are here working hard to bring you the truths and lessons that help you rise. You were never made to chase. You were born to reign. Number 3, he still looks for you in her eyes and never finds you. Have you ever wondered why, even after he walked away, he still watches you in silence? Why his eyes search rooms you no longer stand in? Why, when he's with her, something still feels missing, but he can't explain it? That's because he's not looking for just any love. He's still looking for you. He looks into her eyes, hoping to see the same spark, the same warmth, the same depth you once gave him so freely. But what he finds instead is emptiness. Because no matter how close she stands, she never feels like home. He won't admit it. Not to you, not to himself, but deep down he knows. He thought he could move on. He thought replacing you would be easy. But real love doesn't leave quietly. It leaves a shadow, a mark. And your mark is still on his soul. You weren't just a woman who loved him. You were a mirror that showed him who he could be. You were his calm in the storm, his strength when he felt weak, his peace when the world felt loud. Now with her, he's pretending. smiling through the hollowness, because what he truly wants, he already lost. A quote once said, "You never realize the value of a moment until it becomes a memory." And right now, you are the memory he can't outrun. He replays your laughter, your words, your silence. He looks at her, waiting for that same feeling. But it never comes, because queens are not duplicated, queens are not replaced. Imagine handing a man a rose garden, and he walks away chasing a single plastic flower. That's what he did. And now, no matter how much water he pours, it never blooms. Because fake never becomes real. And now, he's stuck trying to turn something empty into something meaningful. But it's too late. The garden you gave him, you took it with you. Lovely woman, maybe right now you feel forgotten. Maybe you wonder if he even notices you're gone. But hear this. He feels the space you left more than he'll ever show. And that ache he hides behind his pride, that's you. He may look for you in her, but he will never find you there. Because your love was once in a lifetime, and he let it go. You are not forgotten. You are not replaceable. This is the season where you rise into your power, not because he regrets, but because you remember who you are. Write this in the comments, beautiful queens, and claim it. He looks for me in her, but I am nowhere to be found. We're working hard to bring you the truth, the healing, and the power you deserve. You were never meant to be replaced. You were meant to reign. Number 4, he misses the way you believed in him, even when he didn't deserve it. Have you ever noticed how a man only starts to question his choices when the one person who believed in him is no longer there? He may not say it, he may act like he's fine, but deep down he feels it, the absence, the weight, the silence where your voice used to be, the voice that once whispered to him, "You can do it," even when he couldn't see it himself. That kind of love doesn't just disappear, and when it's gone, it leaves behind an emptiness no one else can fill. He misses the way you looked at him like he was more than what he showed the world. He misses how you supported his dreams when even he didn't know if he could reach them. You lifted him when he felt small. You stood beside him when he didn't even deserve your loyalty. But now, that belief is gone. And without it, he feels like a king who lost his crown, but won't dare admit the castle is collapsing. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." And your belief in him used to change his thoughts. You saw more in him than he ever saw in himself. You gave him the courage to try, and now he's surrounded by people who expect him to lead but never knew how to lift him. Your love wasn't just support, it was fuel. He didn't just lose a woman, he lost the fire that kept him going. Think of a kite in the sky. Everyone sees it flying high, dancing in the wind. But what they don't see is the hand on the ground, the one holding the string, guiding it. You were that hand. You steadied him. You gave him balance. And now that you've let go, he may still be floating for a while, but without your strength, eventually, he'll fall. But lovely woman, don't forget this. Your belief in him came from your strength, not his. Your love was powerful because you are powerful. He didn't make you valuable. You already were. And now you rise, not for him, not to prove anything, but because you are stepping into what you were always meant to be, a woman who doesn't just believe in others, but finally believes in herself. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. I was his strength. Now I stand in mine. Let the world know that the days of building others while breaking yourself are over. If this touched your heart, if it reminded you of the power you've always carried, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're working hard to bring you the truth, the healing, and the lessons that lead you back to your throne. Number 5, he took you for granted. Now regret lives where comfort used to be. Have you ever noticed how people don't realize the warmth of a fire until it's gone cold? He thought your love would always be there. He believed your heart had no end. that your patience would last forever. He got used to your comfort, your care, your presence, until one day you stopped giving it. And now, the very comfort that once wrapped around him like a blanket has turned into a cold emptiness he can't escape. He took you for granted, and now regret lives where your love used to be. He didn't say thank you when you stayed through his worst days. He didn't notice the little things you did just to make him feel loved. He thought you'd always check on him first, forgive him first, fight for him first. But the day you stopped, that was the day everything changed. And now, even if he doesn't admit it out loud, he feels lost without you. He sits in the same places, walks the same streets, but nothing feels right. Because you were the feeling that made it all make sense. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." But he didn't choose to be one. He chose to test your loyalty instead of honor it. He took your love like it was owed. But love like yours isn't owed. It's rare, it's sacred, and now he knows, because now he's searching for that same feeling in places that will never give it back. Imagine a man who drank from the sweetest well every day and never once thought it could dry up. Then one day it does. And now, no matter how many other wells he finds, none taste the same. That's what he's facing now. He's realizing too late that love without effort is just comfort, and comfort without care always turns to regret. But lovely woman, this isn't about him anymore. This is about you. You were never just an option. You were the piece he couldn't keep. He lost it. And now you rise, not with revenge, not with bitterness, but with power. Write this in the comments and claim it. He lost his peace when he lost me. Queens, let him sit in the silence of what he broke. You are the calm after the storm, the fire that never begs to be reignited. We are working hard to bring you the truth, the healing, and the lessons that turn heartbreak into power. Number 6, he thought you'd wait, but now he watches you rise without him. He really believed you'd wait, didn't he? That you'd stay stuck in the same place where he left you. Hoping, aching, holding space for a love that stopped choosing you. He thought you'd pause your growth, dim your light, and leave your heart wide open, just in case he changed his mind. But what he never expected was this. You didn't just move on, you rose. Now he's watching, quietly, from the shadows, watching you laugh again, watching you love yourself again, watching you live like he was never the center of your world. And it's confusing him, because the woman he thought would break, didn't. The woman he thought would beg, didn't. And the woman he walked away from, she became the one thing he can't ignore anymore. There's a quote by Epictetus that says, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." That's exactly what you did. You didn't wait for his approval, his apology, his return. You chose to be free even when it hurt, and now he feels that freedom like a loss, a sharp, quiet loss that follows him around even when he smiles. Imagine a garden he once walked through every day. It was beautiful, full of warmth and color. But he grew bored, wandered away, thought the world outside had more to offer. And now, that same garden has bloomed beyond recognition, stronger, wilder, brighter. He walks by it now, but the gates are closed. He lost access to the very thing that once made him feel alive. And you, beautiful woman, may not have felt powerful in those quiet, lonely nights. But this version of you now, this strength, this glow, this is what rising looks like. You are no longer the woman who waits. You are the woman who reigns. Write this in the comments and claim it. He thought I'd wait, but I rose instead. Let the world know, queens, that you are done holding space for what already let go of you. We are working every single day to bring you real, raw, life-changing truths, because your rise is not just a hope, it's a promise. And your time, dear queen, is now. Number 7. He's surrounded by people, but none of them feel like home. Have you ever seen a man laughing in a room full of people, yet his eyes look like they're searching for something he can't find? He's out with friends, he's smiling, he's surrounded by noise, by company, by distractions, but inside, he feels empty, he feels lost. Because even though he chose to walk away, even though he pretends he's moved on, he's quietly haunted by what he gave up. You. He thought you were replaceable. He thought another face, another voice, another presence would fill the space you once held. But now, even with her sitting beside him, even with new memories trying to overwrite the old ones, nothing feels the same, because no one else feels like home. And that's what you were. You weren't just love. You weren't just a woman. You were home, soft, steady, and sacred. Seneca once said, "A man who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than necessary." That's him. He thought choosing her would make life easier, but now he's suffering in silence. He's lost in the crowd, trying to feel something that only you could ever give him. Imagine a man holding a map, yet none of the roads lead where he wants to go. That's him. He has attention, affection, conversations, but not connection, not depth, not you. And now every laugh feels forced, every hug feels hollow. Because even in a full room, he feels like he's missing the one person who made everything make sense. This is what happens when a man gives up real love for comfort. He doesn't realize the cost until it's too late. But you, lovely woman, must understand this. His confusion is not your responsibility. His regret is not your burden. His silence? That's the loudest proof that he lost something rare. And now he's walking through life surrounded, but still alone. And maybe for a while you felt forgotten, left behind. But you were never abandoned. You were being set apart, not broken, reborn. This isn't your heartbreak. This is your beginning, the moment you stop chasing and start reigning. So now, queens, write this in the comments and claim it. I was his home, and he lost it forever. Let him search. Let him feel it. You are no longer waiting to be seen. You are the vision. If this spoke to your heart, if you felt the truth in these words, then like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are here, working hard to bring you the lessons, the healing, and the power you deserve, because your crown was never lost, just waiting for you to wear it.